Lila, the Ladybug's Colorful Adventure. In a bright and cheerful garden, filled with blooming flowers and fluttering butterflies, there lived a little ladybug named Lila. She was small, with delicate red wings dotted with black spots, and she was always buzzing with excitement. But despite her colorful appearance, Lila was a bit shy. She loved to explore, but she often found herself hesitant to venture too far from her favorite patch of daisies. Every day, Lila would fly around the garden, enjoying the warmth of the sun on her wings and the sweet scent of the flowers. She would dance from petal to petal, but there was always one place she had never dared to go: big oak tree at the far edge of the garden. The tree was so tall, and its branches seemed to reach up to the sky. Lila had heard tales from the older insects about the wonders that awaited at the top of the tree, but the thought of flying so high made her nervous. One bright morning, as Lila fluttered near her patch of daisies, she heard a soft voice. It was Benny, a friendly butterfly who often visited the garden. "Lila," Benny called, "have you ever seen the world from the top of the oak tree?" Lila hesitated. "I've heard stories about it, but I'm not sure I'm brave enough to go all the way up there," she said quietly. Benny smiled gently. "Sometimes the most beautiful things are found when we face our fears. The view from the top is like nothing else in the world. Will you come with me?" Lila thought for a moment. She had always admired Benny's courage, and the idea of seeing the world from such a high place filled her with both excitement and fear. But something inside her stirred. "Okay," she said, her voice trembling a little. "I'll try." With a deep breath, Lila spread her wings and followed Benny as he soared towards the oak tree. The closer they got, the more nervous Lila felt, but she kept her eyes on Benny's bright wings, using them as her guide. As they approached the tree, Lila felt the wind in her wings, and it seemed to give her strength. Up and up they flew, passing through the branches and leaves. Lila marveled at the colors around her: the deep green leaves, the soft blue sky, and the bright sunlight filtering through the branches. The higher they went, the more beautiful the view became. Finally, they reached the top. Lila gasped as she looked out over the garden. The view was even more breathtaking than she had imagined. The garden below seemed like a patchwork quilt of flowers. The pond sparkled in the distance, and she could even see the hills beyond the garden stretching out into the horizon. "It's beautiful," Lila whispered, her eyes wide with wonder. Benny nodded. "I told you it was worth it." Lila smiled, feeling a sense of pride she had never known before. "I never would have seen this if I hadn't faced my fear," she said. "Thank you, Benny." The two of them stayed at the top of the tree for a while, watching the world below and sharing stories of their adventures. When it was time to return, Lila felt lighter than she had before. She knew now that even the tallest tree, the biggest challenge, could be conquered with courage and a little help from a friend. From that day on, Lila flew higher and farther than she ever had before. The garden was no longer just a place she visited; it had become a world full of endless possibilities, and she was ready to explore every corner of it.